nobody wins when the family feels. But
this time it sounded like it was getting out of hand.
Sheriff's office, open the door! Sheriff's office, open the door! Step out.
While on a call with a suspect in the back seat, then Okaloosa County Deputy Jesse Hernandez reportedly claimed it was this noise that he thought was the detained suspect shooting at him.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Where is he? Where is he?
In the car! Yeah. Do you see anything on my vest?
Or did you feel anything? Did you feel anything?
My legs went numb when it hit me.
All right.
I don't know. My legs went numb for a second. I heard a pop come
Every
from.
person live in the hood, not a criminal. Every black person, it's not what you think a black person is. They teach us, and especially these law enforcement officers. One mistake, you can throw your life away. But even if you the boys and girls in blue, you should be held just as responsible to that same quote that you preach on others. Despite your job title, despite what you do or what you thought you was doing, right is right and wrong is wrong. Now, how come when it comes to these boys and girls in blue, it's a question with that. It's grace. The speculation that something was done inappropriately that resulted in that always get put to the light. What if I told you all that was BS? What if I told you this was a common thing for this county in Florida, even just within the last 3 months? What would you tell me? Now fam, the difference between this platform and a lot of others that speak on this type of situation, the host of this platform been around some things for majority of his life growing up. And this was one of them. Police abusing their power and their force. Now today we talk about a young man who's doing good for himself. 23 years old, accomplishing a lot. But it seemed he was gunned down by an officer who didn't think twice. And let me tell you something before we start this video. I don't care who you are. You have the right to protect your house. And if someone covering a peep or your peephole per se while trying to knock on your door, what would you do? What would you get? Especially if you licensed to conceal and carry, wouldn't you get your firearm? So this notion that doing such is wrong, we're gonna throw that out the window. And we're gonna highlight some body cam footages that the Sheriff Department had just released. And we're gonna talk about some things that was done wrong. And I'm gonna speak for us, because a lot of things was done that's not being talked about to the media. That's very, very inappropriate. Not to mention, we're gonna shine light on another incident the Sheriff's Department in this county was involved in just 3 months before, after they said an Acorn sounded like a gunshot. You can't make this up. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Family, as mentioned today, we're going to Okaloosa County, Florida. And in the last 24 hours, a body cam footage has been released to the public of an outstanding young man, 23 years old, who go by the name of Roger Forster. He lost his life on a Friday, May 3rd, 2024, after a deputy had came to his home and opened fire. Now, before we go over the details, let's briefly talk about Forster, 11th son, brother, and a male role model for his family. Forster was assigned to the 4th Operations Squadron on Harrisburg, and an Air Force spokesman told the media that he was a special missions aviator assigned to the squadron's AC-130J gunships. And if you're wondering what is an AC-130J gunship, the AC-130J gunships, which carries a crew of 4 officers and 4 enlisted crew members like Forster, who are known as special missions aviators. The crew fire from planes, guns at ground targets, along with GBU-39 bombs, Hellfire like AGM-144 and AGM-176 Griffin missiles. Forster also had an off-campus home, which is an apartment complex located on Racetrack Road, which is about 5 miles from the base that is home to the Air Force Special Operations Command. A deputy was responding to a call for disturbance in progress, which you'll briefly see in the body-worn footage. He was approached by a member who allegedly worked at the complex, stating where the commotion was, and also she alleged, keyword alleged, that an incident took place where she heard arguing and someone being slapped from the same location. Now here's where things get foggy. She mentioned that it was 1401. Later you'll see in the body-worn footage that the officer goes to the 4th floor and go to room 1401. Now the thing is this, it was later determined that that was the wrong address, But even the officer approach to see what was going on inside that address was totally inappropriate. Let's see how. First thing first was him banging on the door saying Sherriff, but covering the peephole. Now, if I started talking to you like this, what would you say, family? Now, the second thing that was done wrong was after Forster had responded to the officer, he kept quiet, still with the peephole being covered by his finger. And even after that, he say Sherriff office again. But Forster has no idea, is it the sheriff, an intruder, or what? So grabbing his legally concealed firearm, he opens the door. Mind you, this is Florida, pretty straightforward when it comes to their gun laws. After officers saw this young man, who's a scholar, with his legal concealed firearm in his hand, pointed down, not at, he shoots him 6 times. Check it out.
Howdy, sir. What's going on?
I'm not sure. I just was told to let her know if you guys come by.
Okay.
So I'm going to give her a quick call and let you guys know. Let her know that
So there was a fight going on or something?
I was not present for that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are they fighting or something?
Saying that it happens frequently,
Okay.
but this time it sounded like it was getting out of hand.
Okay, which door?
So I'm not sure. 2 weeks ago, I was walking by their apartment, basically on this side, and I was hearing someone yell like "Shut the f*** up!" like you stupid B word and all this other stuff, and I heard a slap right after it, but I wasn't sure where it came from, and I couldn't call. I didn't want to call the police, and
Which room is it?
1401.
1401, okay.
1401. But the girl sounded scared, the one that called. She said, she was like, it's getting it sounds like it's getting really out of hand.
So it's hit number 4, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You do me a favor, we stand out there and direct the other deputy that's coming to this area?
It's not, you're going to go up to the 4th floor and it's going to be on this side.
Gotcha. Three 12 and 111. Sheriff's office, open the door! Sheriff's office, open the door! Step out.
Now, there's some key notes to be taken away from this. The fact that Forster was playing the game, he wasn't doing nothing wrong, and he was on FaceTime with his girlfriend when all this occurred. But of course, like many situations like this, the officers had made it a priority to say it can't be some type of justifiable reason on why they took a life of a young man. They came to his house based on a false report. Now briefly, Forster's mom and his attorney, Ben Crump, had spoke up to the public within the last 24 hours. They spoke for about an hour long. I chopped it down to about 14 and 15 minutes and let you guys hear key information about it. Check it out.
Good morning. It's with a very heavy heart that we gather in Fort Walton, Florida today. I am attorney Ben Crump, along with attorney Natalie Jackson from the Ben Crump Law Firm, and with our co-counsel who we are honored to work with on this very important case, attorney Brian Bart, who is with Levin Papantonia Law Firm, whose law firm that is headquartered in this region, but is one of the best law firms in America, and we're very honored that he and his firm would take up this cause for justice with us on behalf of Roger Fortson. Also present with us is the mother of Roger, who you're going to hear from after Brian and I address you. She's going to talk about her gift, her special gift, who was Roger Fortson. Also, we have his cousins and family members here. We have Bree Fortson, who is also in the military. She's a Marine. We have her support staff, her family, her best friends, May and Shanova and Asia, all here for her, just trying to hold her up because she is completely devastated. His father, Roger, is completely devastated. His brothers and sister, especially his little brother Andre and his little sister Harmony, who he picked out the name for his 10-year-old sister. He was there when she was delivered. And his mother tells the story of how, he did everything that he did for his family. He was trying to help his family have a better life. His dream, like so many young people who don't come with a silver spoon, was to get his mother a home. He was trying to make sure his 16-year-old brother and his 10-year-old daughter knew that their big brother was going to make sure that they had a chance at their American dream. And that's why he was sacrificing so much for them. And it's very emotional because he was injured when he was on a tour of duty in Kuwait.
Yeah, and he fought.
Get closer to the mic. And
he was injured just loading the plane, and he said the pain was so severe that he thought he was gonna die. And he was like, he said it so casually though, like, but Mom, I knew I couldn't die because I knew I had to get back to Harmony and Andre. Wow. And when I got the phone call and I had to tell them that he was shot, I gave them some kind of faith because I knew that he would fight for them.
And she believed until she got the ultimate news that he was going to live because he promised his little sister and little brother that he would always be there for them. And so this is heartbreaking on so many levels. We are here at this press conference mainly because we had to correct this narrative that had been put out there. I mean, Roger Fortson was the best America had to offer. He was a patriot. He was a U.S. airman, special ops. I mean, he was fighting for our way of life.
He was fighting for everybody.
He was fighting for everybody. He graduated from high school in Atlanta, Georgia. He enlisted. He had dreams of being a pilot. He had always wanted to serve in the United States Air Force. And he was living his dream. And by doing so, he was going to make it better for his mother and his siblings and his family so they could have a better chance at the American dream. Everybody who's contacted us, Attorney Jackson and us, have told us what an incredible young man he was. Not just that he was a patriot, not just that he was very intelligent, not just that he would give his shirt off his back to anybody, not that he was a great son for his mother and father, not that he was a great brother and sister, a brother for his little brother and sister, not that he was an incredible friend. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna hear from his people he went through basic training with. I mean, their parents talked about how outstanding he was.
He held their kids accountable.
Yeah, and he was just a good person. He was a good person. And when the Okaloosa County Sheriff's deputies came to his apartment, his sanctuary, his castle, where he had every right to be, and they forcefully entered his apartment. His girlfriend was on FaceTime with him, so she heard everything, and she talked about how she heard a bang at the door, an aggressive bang, and she talked about how he said, "Who is it?" and he heard no response. She talked about how he went to the door to look through the peephole, but it was as if somebody was covering up the peephole so he couldn't see out of it. And he kept saying, "Who is it?" and how he went and retrieved his legally registered gun as a gun owner to protect his house, and how he was walking back and the door was open, and then how she said that she just heard shots, and then how he was on the ground.
And they said, instead of calling MS, they just said, "Oh yeah, he shot up. He shot up. Our baby was shot up."
He was shot 6 times.
I know my baby. They took my kid. They took my kid. They took my kid.
She okay. Okay.
They took my kid.
You can see how devastated the family is. Utterly devastated. And so after that, he was laying on the ground saying, "I can't breathe," and they seemed to go through the apartment, saying, "County Sheriff, reveal yourself, identify yourself," while he laid on the ground, still struggling to breathe. Obviously, we know what happened, and it's important to say before Attorney Barr address you all that this truly is about the Constitution. Because in the state of Florida, I mean, we encourage gun ownership. We have a right to the Second Amendment. We wear it proudly here in the state of Florida. And when you think about the people who we want to have guns in America, he is Exhibit A. I mean, he was trained to use a firearm. He's a military trained officer. He's very responsible. He respects authority. He's very diplomatic.
He was handpicked.
He was
Because of his IQ.
He was handpicked because of his IQ.
It came easy. All of his exams was 100%.
He was special ops. He was picked.
He was special missions aviation.
I mean,
He was handpicked. His colonels, all of them have contacted me and told me such a special young man he was. Even when I got sick and he wanted to come home, they told him no, because he was so smart, he was so intelligent. Even the kids' parents reaching out to me, showing me love, because when he went to their house, he was so respectable. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Oh, God, they don't know what they took from me.
yes,
Jesus,
ma'am.
they don't know what they took.
So, and he had a right to the Second Amendment. And he also had the right to the Fourth Amendment, to be free of unlawful searches and seizures, especially in his home. I mean, they teach us in law school about the sanctity of the home in the United States of America and how that is your safe haven. That is your castle. You are free in your home from people using excessive forces and searches and seizures of your home. And Roger had that right. He had that right to the Second Amendment. He had that right to the Fourth Amendment.
He was protecting us so we could have that right.
He was protecting us so we could have all those constitutional rights. You're absolutely right, Mika. I mean, he was a patriot for all of us. And so they busted in the wrong apartment because we know there were no disturbances. In Roger's apartment, he was on the phone with his girlfriend. He had been playing video games with his fellow law enforcement friends, Air Force men. He had been playing video games up until 4 o'clock, had only been home for 30 minutes. His girlfriend reported that when she called him a little before, around 3, that he was playing games, he would be home at 4 and he would call her when he got home. And that's exactly what he did. He was just in his apartment minding his business. And then around 4:30, this cascade of tragic events started to take place.
Three chances not to kill him.
Yeah.
3 chances.
They had all kind of chances not to kill him. They could have made sure they were at the right apartment. And they had a duty to make sure they were at the right apartment before they busted in the door. I mean, and Attorney Barr would tell you, it all happened really fast from the 911 call to this here. And the fact that They were knocking on other doors. So they had to know that it was questionable whether this was the apartment or not. And then the fact that when they bust in the door and they see him with his legally registered gun, they just shoot. They shoot 6 shots into his body. It wasn't a gun exchange. He never fired a weapon or anything. He respected authority. Had he known they were the police, there is nothing in his background, nothing in his background to say that had he known they were the police, he would not have just opened up his apartment. Everybody to a warrant says Roger respected authority. He respected law enforcement. He followed the rules. He never would have shot at a police officer.
Not only that, not only because they was the police, but because they was older than him. I always respect him, taught him to respect adults.
Yeah.
You let me handle the adults. If an adult do something to you, I'll handle the adult.
He was 23 years old. His birthday was April 15th. He had just celebrated his birthday. I mean, the police came in, and when they busted in his apartment, they saw him with a gun, and for whatever reason, they thought he was a bad guy. But he was a good guy. I mean, he was a great guy. He was an exceptional guy. They shot a good guy. They killed a good guy. They took from this Air Force a good guy. They took from his community back in Atlanta, Georgia, a good guy. They took from his mama a good guy.
They took my gift.
They took from his little sister Harmony and his little brother Andre a good guy. They took from his father Roger a good guy. They took a patriot from us. And then to put out this narrative that, well, an officer killed a citizen at this apartment complex in self-defense. I mean, how disingenuous.
Senior Airman Roger Fortson. He was Senior Airman.
Senior Airman Roger. That's who they killed. And to put out this narrative, I mean, it was so disingenuous when you think about it. You put out this narrative demonizing his name as if he did something wrong, as he committed some crime, trying to justify an unjustifiable killing. No, when you make a mistake, you own up to it. You don't try to justify killing a good guy. Okaloosa Sheriff's Department need to own up to this. They need to give him the dignity and the respect
that he deserves.
He so richly deserved.
He worked hard for it since he was 4 years old.
I mean, he had this dream of serving his country in the Air Force since he was a little boy. He was living his dream. I mean, there's photographs that we're going to share with you. He was so proud to be in the Air Force. He had a photograph of him in his uniform, his airman's uniform, and he bought his little sister Harmony the airman's uniform that she put on, and they have a photograph of them standing side by side, and she's saluting her big brother. I mean, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, that picture is worth 1,000,000. How much he love being in the United States Air Force and serving his country.
Now, it's crazy that all this is happening like this, fam. Because just 3 months ago in February, this same county sheriff's office had another incident shooting at a man who was in the back of a patrol car because this officer who lied and said he was hit crawling on the floor. I can't make this up. I'm gonna let you guys check the entirety of the body-worn camera footage and say he thought he heard a gunshot, but it was an Acorn, and they shoots up the patrol car. And all this comes after they already had searched this man. Thank God he survived, but like he say, he's traumatized for life. And I really don't blame him. Now, all this happened because his girlfriend had reported that he stole her car. Now I play the entirety so you guys can see what I'm talking about that led up to the shooting. But I'm gonna pause it right there for YouTube guidelines. Check it out.
Hey, can I get my car back? Like, I don't care about the argument. I don't even know what the argument is about. I just want my car. I don't want to deal with anything. I know anytime we get into it, whether I'm right or wrong, he puts his hands on me or he threatens to put his hands on me. It gets very violent. There he is.
In your car or walking up?
He's walking.
She pretty much like we're in a relationship, arguing, conversation.
Pat him down, please.
What's that?
Pat him down.
What I'm getting patted down for?
Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Okay.
What I'm getting patted down for?
Because you're getting patted down.
Why?
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, I don't have no weapons on me. What's that like that? This is cute. Don't got no weapons on me.
Hands on your pockets.
Okay. So, what's your side?
I ain't got no side. I ain't got... Whatever she said is what it is. And so whatever she want to do, let's do it. And see how far she want to take it.
Where is her car?
At her mom's house, you're saying?
Let's see how far she want to take it.
He's saying he just turned over her mom.
Mm-hmm.
How far you want to take it?
What do you want to do?
I want my car.
Okay, I think it's at your mom's house is what he's saying.
How did he get here if it's at my mom's house?
I know. Can you call your mom to see if the car's there?
Yeah.
Okay.
She just called me.
Okay, and see if she's got the keys.
So I will call back. I'm gonna call my mom.
Yeah, call her real quick.
I just want my car. I don't care about anything else. I'm over it. I've been with it 3 years.
Yeah.
Mom. What? Is my car at the house?
What?
Is my car at the house? I have the police here at Sheikah's house to get my car. It's not at the house? Okay. It's not home.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna send you you have my location, right? I'm on Green Acres. Yeah. Bye. It's not at my house.
Okay, and mom's there right now?
My mom is there. She's coming here.
She's coming here, okay.
Yeah. My car is not here. I mean, at my house. And I don't see it anywhere in the vicinity.
Did you have her look around? I mean, why would you park her?
Detain him, please. I need an affidavit from you. Okay.
Where's that?
That's where you're filling out that you're wanting to pursue charges. Okay. Where's our car? Where's her car, Marquise?
Can I talk to her?
No.
Can I talk to her more?
Mm-mm.
Her keys right here. Her keys right here. Can I give you her keys?
Have you ever filled out an affidavit with us before? Okay, so the suspect is going to be his information. This, where it's the narrative, that's going to be what happened, the incident, okay? And then all of this is going to be your information, all right? So don't sign this until I swear you to it, all right? Okay. If you have any questions, get with me or get with one of the deputies, okay? And don't listen to what he's running his mouth right now. Just let him run his fucking mouth. Okay. Also, need to provide her information about an injunction.
I guess it's in her car's at Heatherwood.
I don't remember.
I'll read it off to you. So it's 850. It is 917.
What did I call?
From their mom, the car's over there.
No, mom said that the car is not over there at her
My mom
residence.
is on her way here.
Okay.
But mom said car is not there.
Car is not there.
Okay. So let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. I agree with you, ladies.
It's okay.
I agree that it's somewhere probably within about a mile.
I'm trying to think where it would be. Is anyone by his house in Shalimar? Is my car there?
No, I think it's going to be somewhere around here. Excuse me. We're going to check around here, and then if we can't find it, then we'll start looking up other places.
You didn't say where it is?
He's playing games right now.
He's gonna play games. That's what he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm. If he had the firearm, would he leave it in your car? No?
He would leave it in his own car.
He'd leave it in his own car.
If there was any weapon, it'd be in his car, not in mine. I hope.
Right. Right. When he sent you the picture that we were looking at that we can't figure out what it is.
I think it's. What do you think that is?
I don't know. I really don't.
Like honestly,
it's a weird picture. It's like
it was a threat, and it's my not dashboard, but my screen.
Right.
You know, so it's like, why would you send me a picture of that? I'll show you again and tell me what that is. I don't know. Like, I don't know what that piece is because that's not ordinarily there.
Right. Does he have anything on the firearm, like any aftermarket?
Like a silencer?
Mm-hmm. That's what that is.
I'm about to cry. But yeah, he has more than one weapon, and I just wouldn't think he'd have it in my car or toting it around.
Okay.
Or anything like that. But he's sending me a picture, threats, and I'm like, what is that? Me and her both trying to figure it out. Like, what is that?
I couldn't even tell.
We couldn't even tell, but more than likely it probably is a weapon. And he's like, I'm gonna bust your whole shit up. Like, I'm gonna bust your windows. I'm gonna bust your radio, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna bust your whole shit. Like,
okay.
By the time you get to your car, it's gonna be over with. And I'm like, okay. At this point, I want to be done with it. I don't even want to entertain it because he is known for playing games. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I need to show you, like, I'm not playing. I want my car. That's that. I don't know what the fuck he has going on, but
get the picture. If she'll give it to you, because it looks like a silencer pushed up to the dash area. If you want to go ahead and transport him, I'll stay here and get the affidavit.
Okay. And then, just because you mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, it took me so
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Is there anything else I need to fill out?
So if you can tell me what the vehicle is and how much you think that it's valued at.
Like how much I paid for my car?
Yeah, or how much you think that it would value at right now.
So okay.
They got it?
Okay.
They found it.
Where is it?
1656 Hunt Club over here off MLK.
Heather Glen.
Is that the other place? That's those apartments. Like, on that one road where the two gas. He must have walked. How far is that? I mean,
I'd say
walking,
about 2-3 miles.
Walking is a little minute, but driving is not too far.
I'm pulling out do a full search.
Okay.
But driving is not too far.
I'm pulling out do a full search.
This our brother who want us to shine light on this. Roger Forster, a man who was breaking barriers for his family. A man who wasn't doing nothing wrong. A man who lost his life not on duty protecting us, but in the comfort of his own home. And if I do that to somebody and I don't have a badge, fam, you know what they doing. They throwing me in the cage and I'm guilty till proven innocent. So why these officers not being held responsible? Which is the same reason these things continue to happen. No consequences is being done. Now when the media they pushing that it could be self-defense, that the officer felt in harms and then threat, that's wrong, man. You shouldn't be an officer. And we all know one mistake can ruin your life forever. So everyone need to be held responsible. If you take a vow to be an officer with tax-paying citizens' money, that is a responsibility that comes with that. No other profession are we looking at this sideways. We need justice, we need people held accountable, and we need these stereotypes that's clearly being put amongst us based on others to be broken. Now as more developed, I keep you guys updated. Now I'm anxious to look into more of this county to see what's truly being thrown under the rug. How many incidents is this happening that haven't been really broadcasted? Because the only thing that we talked about is what went viral. Meaning it had to go viral for them to get called out on it. Fam, this was the story of a young man minding his business, playing a game at his own home, getting gunned down by authorities who came to the wrong address, covering the people, saying they the sheriff. And because he grabbed his firearm, that was legal by the way, he did nothing wrong. Not because you the police. Nah. He did nothing wrong. He had no idea who that was on the opposite side of his door. And the fact you ignored him and did that, I'm anxious to know is these tactics that they teach y'all. Because if so, that's an even bigger issue that I'm quite sure you guys don't want to tackle. Fam, let me know how you guys feel about this one. As more developed, I'll keep you guys updated. Talk to me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until I catch you guys on the next one.